different atmosphere because apparently Coach Malebu is wearing the color red, and this calls out for a celebration. This calls out for a celebration because I'm wearing the color red, the color that used to trigger me so much. It is amazing what healing can do to you. Hey there, YouTubers. My name is Coach Malebu. I am a holistic life and wellness coach. I work with the well-being of the mind, the body, and the spirit. I am of an idea that if mind, body, and spirit is in alignment, then we can get everything that we want in life. Yes, I mean that car. I mean that house. I mean that summer body. I mean that wealth, that job, that business. You can literally get everything that you want. I want to remind you today that you are a spirit being, and most of my videos, most of my talks on Facebook, I always talk about this. You are a spirit being and you are having a human incarnation. So if we can understand the art of aligning mind, body, and spirit, we can understand that we would be operating in our authentic self, and that only is a magnet towards the things that you want in life. And I've also been accredited as a meditation practitioner. I've written books for myself and other people. One of my books is here. It's called Confessions. And welcome, guys. Welcome. Welcome to Malebu TV, a place of transformation and wellness. I love the fact that y'all always come and watch this. This is a channel where I believe transformation. I believe that if we are transformed, then we can transform others. And also I believe in wellness, that we can, if we are well, then we can be well in our marriages, in our relationships, in our finances, and also in our workplaces, because we can see how many people are wounded in the workplaces, people in management who are wounded in the workplaces, and they are really, like they say, that broken people break others. They are literally doing that. So this is a channel where we understand our being and we go and practice these things. You don't just watch me just because it's Coach Malebu. I want you to go and also practice these things that I'm teaching you in this channel. So one of the things that I have seen as a coach and also as a black person is that black people mostly, and I know also white people do have their own stories, but black people mostly, they don't believe in healing. We believe that we are strong and we cannot attract certain things in our lives. And one of the things that have shown me that people at the black community needs healing is the fact that we are killing each other. The government that we have, it's been run by 80-90% of black people. And what is happening in Africa? We have a government that is run by black people, and we can literally see what is going on in the government. And not only in the government, in marriages, people are raping kids and older people are killing each other. We can see that as black people we need healing, and we have been wired and conditioned to believe, this is now in the mind, that we are very strong, so we don't need such things, especially when it comes to coaching. I have heard a whole lot of people saying, oh, Malebu, hey, you like to talk about serious stuff, because what we have been wired to believe is that let's go out and have fun, and dance, bomba piano and all these things, but we don't take care of our well-being. And when it's time now, this thing, the body and the mind, the spirit, is just so tired, then we sink into depression or even other things that are not so good for us. So I am asking you that also at the end of this video, go and check yourself and ask yourself, what is it that has been hindering me from becoming the person that I want to become in life? Because the things that you don't heal, if you are wounded and you don't heal that place, you won't be able to manifest anything from that place. For instance, if you are wounded in an area of a relationship, then you won't be able to love as you should be loving, because you are wounded and you haven't healed. So today I'm talking about my own story, and I was so surprised because I thought I am healed just like anyone else. I also thought that I am healed. And one of the things that I had to go through, the healing that I had to go through, was of sexual abuse. So I went through that and I faced myself and I was okay, right? And Then I came out, I wrote this wonderful book where I speak about my story, but most of the chapters in this book are talking about how we can authentically be ourselves. So wow, then I am fine. I thought I'm fine, and that is the reason why I'm a coach and all that. But you know, healing has got layers and layers and layers, and there are some of the things that are subtle that we don't even think are hindering us from becoming the people that we want to become. For myself, I had an issue with the color red, and I never owned anything that is color red, whether pants or anything. The only thing that I actually would prefer would be shoes, would be a handbag or a red lipstick. But me having to get into a shop and buy a red suit, I won't do that. And I didn't know that it's actually tied to my childhood trauma. Can you believe it? I did not know. I just thought, yeah, you know, I just don't like the color red. But always when I see somebody wearing the color red, I got triggered. And for people who don't understand what triggers are, it's something that gives you, you know, a negative emotions, a negative emotion. That's English. A negative emotion. For instance, somebody is speaking so loud and you get irritated. Or, you know, a child is crying and you get irritated. Or somebody is saying something and you get angry. When I read the book called It Did Not Start With You, it actually said triggers are things, are the unconscious coming into life. So there are things that we have buried inside of ourselves that we don't want to, we don't even remember. Some of us, we don't even remember, because myself, I didn't remember why was I triggered by the color red. And they are just coming out to say, hello, Malebu, can you please fix this issue? And we keep on saying, you know, yes, I get angry. You know, people who are like that, I get angry and all that, because there are things that you haven't dealt with. So myself is a color red, and I remember now there is this awesome lady on Facebook who did color readings on me. I love very dark colors, so I love black and I love olive green. I do have other colors, but I do not have red. As I've already said, that I only own maybe a handbag, a lipstick, or shoes that are red, but nothing that is like this, you know. And this lady was doing a color reading on me, and she actually explained something that I never thought. She said to me that you do love the color red, but you need to understand that you are scared of it. Go dig deeper and understand, why are you so scared of the color red? And I was like, scared? I remember a friend of mine who loves wearing the color red. You know, I was so interested in, why do you love red? And when we were talking with her, she was asking me now that, why don't you love color red? And I said, it's because I think of Valentine's. Little did I know that that is actually where this trigger is coming from. I just, you know, passing by and saying, yeah, it's, you know, yeah. And after a while, after that lady did a color red, the reading on me, I decided to do hypnosis. So some people, again, they think that hypnosis is when you are hypnotized and you're doing so many ugly things. That's not the truth. So I normally do hypnosis to sleep. I use sleep hypnosis, or maybe meditation if my mind is very busy and I need to wind down so that I can, you know, sleep and get deep rest, especially because I also want to have deep rest. My brains, my vital organs, and everybody's vital organs, we do need deep rest. We'll talk about it some other time. So on that day, after she did the color reading on me, I then went and I did the healing the inner child sleep hypnosis. So before you can sleep, obviously, you know, before you can sleep, you would be in a thinking mind. So now I was exposed to my truth of, why do I hate the color red? Or why am I triggered by the color red? I remembered a scenario at school, in high school, it's high school, where there was this particular lady. I actually had to call her and told her my story. So she used to date another guy who would give her everything, you know. On Valentine's, we would be wearing red and white, and she would be the only one who's getting the gifts, the teddy bears, the flowers, the red flowers, you know, all these beautiful things on Valentine's, and I did not get that. And somehow, when now I was doing this the sleep hypnosis, it was showing me that I actually believed that I am entitled to have that. So I was coming from a point of jealousy, and I didn't know, right? I thought I actually deserved what she was having. So it was jealousy, it was sense of entitlement that was there. And that is why I hated the color red. By the time, I did not have a boyfriend. I was looking to have a boyfriend, but no one was, doing what is supposed to be done. And I did not have a boyfriend, so there was no way for me to get the praises for Valentine's. And to my surprise, now that I am older, I hardly even celebrate Valentine's. I did not know why, but I hardly celebrated. Actually, last year, that was our first time with my husband going out for Valentine's. When it's Valentine's, we just sit and we're like, yeah, peace out, But now that I was going through this healing process, I understood that I hated the color red because of the sense of entitlement and the jealousy that I had for that particular woman. And now I also don't celebrate Valentine's because at that time nobody celebrated me. And I did not know that, isn't it? So most of us, we do have things that are driving us without us knowing. We just get triggered. And when you get triggered by something, for instance, if somebody, and I think I have spoken about this in one of my previous videos, that if somebody is drinking alcohol with their own money, they don't ask for you to buy them alcohol, then you get triggered. You say, hey, people, why do they like drinking? Then there is a problem that you need to solve. There is actually a problem. So you see, with me, it was entitlement and jealousy. So now when I see somebody wearing red, that trigger comes out, but it didn't show me as if it was jealousy or it was sense of entitlement, but there was an unconscious pain inside of me that I didn't know. And like I previously said, I have been sexually abused, and I thought, when you deal with sexual abuse, then you are done. And there are some things that, you will never, ever think that they are hindering you to be the person that you are. So if you are watching this video, also dig deeper within yourself and ask yourself, what are those areas of your life that are in shambles? You will find out, sometimes you just say, hey, I hate mayonnaise, or I hate, but there is actually a story behind the hate that you have. And in one of the trainings that we had about a week ago, they explained that we do have emotions or feelings. What do we call it? Okay, anyway, feelings. So most of us, we know the feeling of anger, we know the feeling of irritation, we know the feeling of love, of happiness, but there are actually 7,500, if not 70,000 feelings. I just have to go back to the book because it was a coaching session that we were doing. And now that we only know maybe about 20 feelings, we always now tie a different feeling to something. For instance, myself, I felt the feeling of jealousy and entitlement by the time when this thing was happening. But I don't know, how do you feel entitled to something? I don't know the feeling, but it was there. It showed me when I did the hypnosis that I had sense of entitlement towards that person. I thought I should be the one who's receiving all those things. So most of the time we are even attaching a wrong feeling or an emotion to an event because we don't even know what exactly is this feeling. So go and dig deeper within yourself and ask yourself, why am I not achieving 1, 2, 3? Take all areas of your life, finances, your fitness and all those things. So to some people that I do personally coach, especially when it comes to fitness, it's because of how they have been taught to believe about their bodies. So they are succumbing to this understanding that you'll never lose weight. What are you trying to do? You'll never lose weight. So whenever they try to do that, that trigger comes in and reminds them, you will never lose weight. So they go back to who they were before. So like I said, watch this video, ask yourself, what are my triggers? What are the things that make you angry? What are they? And you will find out that those things are the very things that are triggers in you and that you need to heal. So healing has got layers and layers and layers. I've healed the sexual abuse. I'm now healing the inner child, and I'm going to be sharing with you a whole lot about inner child healing. And one day we will do a challenge here on one of my my YouTube, not YouTube, my social media platforms, so that you can understand what I have been learning as a coach and for my personal desires, because I also believe that there are things that I can learn from other people, as well as there are things that other people can learn from me. So go home and do the work. When you do the work, you show up with your authentic being. Thank you for watching this channel. Please subscribe, and also if you love this, share it with your friends. I love you. I'll see you next time.